Tom Pedroni.
Hello, Board. Thank you for the opportunity for me to ask a couple questions in a short amount of time and make some comments as well. I'm Tom Pedroni. I'm an associate professor of curriculum studies and the director of the Detroit Data and Democracy Project at Wayne State University. I understand that at the forum that was held at Eastern Michigan University yesterday that Dr. Covington was asked where I got my data from for the cohort analysis that I conducted. And that his answer was that he wasn't quite sure. So I've gone ahead and emailed the Michigan Department of Education website to both Dr. Prince and to Harry Pianko. And I can instruct you on how it is that I obtained the data and the charts that I did. All you really have to do is go to the Michigan Department of Education websites. There's a large zip file that you unload. When you extract that, it's an Excel spreadsheet. And if you put in EAA, and I believe its code is 84060, you'll be looking at exactly the charts that are in my report. So it's actually not very mysterious. This is something that the Michigan Department of Education spends a lot of time on to make this data available. In fact, it's the very data that allowed the EAA to be created in the first place, since at the K-8 level, the MEP scores at those levels were what largely or almost exclusively determine who is in the bottom 5%. So I would suggest orienting yourself with that site and the data that exists there. I watched Ms. Esselman's presentation, and there was a lot there. I appreciate the obvious time and expense that must have gone into that. And I also filmed it so that I could take the time to analyze it and look at its validity. I am concerned, though, that as before, it may be data that presents the best possible picture, which makes sense if the point is to promote a product. But if it's for the best interest of our kids, it should be as hard and fast as possible. And so what I want to do is, in probably the 30 seconds or so that I have left, is to say that the main point is not whether or not your proficiency declines, your declines in the cohort data were as bad or better than the declines and the failure in other districts. But the main question is, how could it possibly be that you have these declines in absolute gain in both declines and stasis for the vast majority of students on both the math and the reading, at the same time that the EAA is claiming that people have made 2 or more years of growth in a single year. That's what really needs to be explained, is how can both of those be true at the same time? Now, I can anticipate the answer. The answer will be something like, well, the Scantron performance assessment looks at students at it teaches them right at their grade level where they actually are, whereas the MEP is testing at a grade level. I can understand that that might allow for a little bit of play in there.
Chair, time.
But I cannot see this data going in absolutely opposite directions. Something is not true. And I think it's still up to see whether it's the MDE site that is incorrect or whether it's the enthusiastic claims of growth amidst so much chaos and malfunction, as we have seen repeatedly from one of your employees to the other, as they've told us the truth over these last few months and even years. Thank you.
Thank you.